Very serious topic, which is on violence against women, but
That's
brought to us
right.
by a
VAW.
organization, that's right, called the Pixel Project.
Pixel Project. Now, I'm sure you can tell us more about that, right? As
Well, the Pixel Project basically has been around for 3 years, and they started off, actually they started here locally by one woman who had a major vision of raising funds for international NGOs as well as a local NGO. And from 3 years ago, she's moved leaps and bounds. The whole project is working on volunteer help, completely on volunteer help. It is completely voluntary, and she'll tell us more about the upcoming cupcake party in October. And yes, it's called the Painted Purple Party, as well as a whole load of other campaigns that they have in store for Malaysia the coming months. Now, the quirky thing about them is that they come up with these very quirky ideas, you know, men walking a mile in high heels. They've got cupcake parties. So to know more, we'll talk to our guest later about
don't put the blame of the about the quirky ideas on other people, right? It must have been you.
No, I didn't come up with any quirky ideas.
Right? No?
No.
And the latest one, they have a very interesting one. They're going to give you a package to a celebrity photographers who's going to like give you a family photograph for a very, very special price that you can't get anywhere else.
That's right.
And the proceeds are going to this cause.
That's right.
That's a VAW, Violence Against Women.
That's right. So to know more about this, and of course, we'd love to hear what you have to say. 22829062, 22823043, Malaysia. The Facebook is open, phone lines are open. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Share a thought. Share a story. We want to know more. Speaking of education, we're also talking about a topic that is something very close to a lot of our hearts, because it is an education to women out there to raise awareness on this particular topic on violence against women. Let's welcome the guest to know more about this.
That's right. First of all, we have the president and founder of the Pixel Project, Regina Yau. Welcome to the show. And we of course also have the co-founder of Bloom Project, Asther Lau.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Welcome.
Thanks.
So first of all, right, maybe you can share with us a little bit more about the Pixel Project. What is it about?
Yeah, the Pixel Project is a global online volunteer-led non-profit, or NGO as we say in Malaysian terms. And we are essentially get young people and people who have first-timers who have never done anything about stopping violence against women before, and we raise awareness and funds and volunteer power with them on very, very positive campaigns to stop violence against women, to prevent it and raise awareness as well.
Okay. Right before we get to Asther, quick note to all of you out there, if you want to know more about this, please do give us a call or give us your insight into this itself, violence against women. What have you to say? 22829062, 22823043, Malaysia. Speak your mind.
That's right. We are raising awareness of this issue, right? Now, share with us, Bloom Project.
It's actually a photography workshop that has been started by me and 3 other friends of mine, who are Anna, Grace and Fiona.
All professional photographers?
All professional photographers,
right.
Yeah. So this workshop is initially the first workshop that was in March this year. Right. It was aiming towards empowering women. So hence that's when we were looking, you know, to work along with a charitable organization, and I stumbled across the Pixel Project, and that's when I knew Regina.
All right, fantastic. Well, Regina, coming back to you, the Pixel has come up with very innovative ways, or I call it quirky and innovative ways, as we mentioned earlier in the show.
The men in heels.
Yes, to raise awareness on violence against women. And again, Pixel is literally calling all men out there to come on board, because you do believe that equality is the key to ending this whole problem. So let's talk about this quirky ideas that you have. Now, you come up with something called, walk a mile in heels, walk a mile in shoes.
That's actually the brainchild of someone called Frank Baird.
Right.
He's in California, and so he came up with that idea because he's a man himself, obviously, and he has seen, I think he has seen too many patients who have faced violence against women, and so this is a way, his walk a mile in shoes is a way of showing that you can campaign to stop violence, you can campaign to stop issues that are really difficult to talk about in a way that is non-offensive, and it's fun, and it gets the people that you're targeting to participate. So in this case, it's men, and we all know it's so difficult to get men and boys to talk about it.
No pun intended, Stephen. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They always think.
He's
I'm
in
being
between three
outnumbered.
women here.
Facebook dudes, I need help.
There you go. So what you're seeing on screen right now is actually the Pixel Project's website, which is www.thepixelproject.net. Now they've got very interesting ideas up there. They've also got very interesting issues on the whole violence against women twist. Now let's talk about the upcoming campaigns. For Bloom, Asther, coming to you, tell us about the campaigns that are coming. The photography sessions are still going on?
Yes, we're actually joining the Portraits of Pixels, which is a campaign part of the Pixel Project. And 4 of us are actually organizing sort of like photography sessions for this campaign, and the dates are currently on the 13, 14, 17, 18 and 19. Anna, Grace and Fiona will be doing their own personal sessions, either in their studio or in an own location.
Okay, so these photography that you mentioned, it can be anything from family portraits to children to babies, pregnancy photos, anything at all.
Anything, as long as portraits relevant,
So how does this work? They pay a small amount and proceeds will...
Yes, they will pay an amount, and what is included in the package will be a free makeup for one person, and then what we call this, you will get a certain amount of soft copies as well into a DVD, and 100 ringgit from each session or each client will be actually given to the Pixel Project.
Fantastic.
So the more, the merrier.
The more the merrier. The more the merrier in terms of the money coming in as well.
Is that Zamil?
All right.
That's Kit Chance.
This is Kit Chance. Now tell us about the Kit Chan project.
We actually worked with Kit Chan on the Portraits for Pixels campaign on the 11th and 12th of August. He and his studio had a marathon. I think 17 sessions over that weekend. Basically, and he donated 100 ringgit per session that came in.
Brilliant. Very interesting twist where you have violence against women and photographers coming in to raise awareness. Pixel's coming up with a lot more projects now. The cupcake party is what I'm looking at. You have these awesome cupcakes. Yes, there are cupcake parties coming in, which I personally am involved in as well. Let's talk about that in October.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And basically every year for the last 3 years, Pixel has had runs a campaign called Paint It Purple. And it started as a campaign just online for people to paint the internet purple using badges, banners, on their websites, on their Facebook pages and all. But now it's expanded. We've also started doing bake sales, and the bake sales focus on cupcakes.
Cupcakes?
Yeah, because everyone loves cupcakes.
So just come, buy the cupcakes, and the proceeds goes to the Pixel Project.
Yeah, we're having 3 events in October. The first is a private launch at Leonardo's in Bangsa. And the second 2 are the ones that families will love, because we're having one at Bangsa Village on the 20th of October, and we're having one at Wan Utama on the 27th of October. And it's a family event. So we're having cupcake icing sessions. We're having we're going to reveal a secret Malaysian male role model under all those cupcakes, and we're inviting people to come and buy the cupcakes to see who it is. And we are probably going to have some really champion yo-yoers, because children love yo-yos coming up. But we've got a few other things up our sleeves. So come round. It's going to be a fun afternoon.
So you're not going to let the cat out of the bag at the moment?
No.
So how much would these cupcakes go for?
The ones at the launch party, private launch party, which is invitation only, each participant buys a box of cupcakes for 40 ringgit.
Right.
And then the ones on the 20th and the 27th, well, we'll let you know later, because you know what, we're still talking to Bisu Bake Shop, and they're the ones who are so kindly going to provide the cupcakes, and they're the ones with the idea, who came up with the idea for hiding the Malaysian male role model under all those beautiful cupcakes.
Kudos to Bisu itself and for coming forward.
So actually, what's the plan? The plan is to have a big event, get as many people to get interested in it, and then speak out the message, is it?
Talk about violence against women.
We'll be
That's the plan.
Yeah, we'll be at the event. We're going to encourage people to bring their kids because prevention starts from an early age, and kids learn better when it's positively reinforced. So that's why we're making it something like a family day out, and we raise funds by selling those cupcakes. But at the same time, we're going to be handing out leaflets, and you know, our volunteers and all are going to be circulating. And you know, the yo-yo people too, they're going to be circulating, and while they're teaching the kids yo-yoing, while we're talking about we're talking about cupcakes and things, we'll also talk to them at the same time about, you know, how to stop violence against women. Like, you know, in India they have this campaign called Bell Bajao, and we're partnered with Breakthrough, who runs Bell Bajao, and they run this series of really innovative advertisements teaching people to, if you hear someone next door beating his wife, just go and ring the bell.
Right.
So it's lessons, you know, because it interrupts the flow of the violence and it stops it.
I see.
So we're going to be going around during the event teaching people things like that. Something simple that doesn't endanger you as a bystander.
But they can do something about to stop the violence.
That's new.
Well, Bell Bajao is actually, I mean, if you Google them up, they've got very innovative ideas, and the advertisements that they have come up with is just completely astounding. How they use, how you as a normal layman person can actually do something, and literally it's Bell Bajao, as in Bajao in Hindi means, you know,
bell.
ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Know, or say something or scream something. So it's very interesting. So yes, Malaysia, look it up if you want. Bell Bajao, you'll find very interesting ideas there. Now, normally you tie in with local NGOs as well. Asther, are you tying in with any local NGOs for the photography sessions that you're having, upcoming photography sessions?
At this moment, it's just with
Pixel, yeah?
Yeah, the Pixel project.
How many photographers have come on board to do this with you? Besides the 4 of you, of course. Is there anyone else on board?
At this point, we haven't gotten any reply yet because the email was just sent out recently. Yeah, so we're just waiting for everyone to check their calendars and see if they can hop on as well.
Your previous Bloom workshop, how has the response been there?
It was really good. The second Bloom workshop involves both men and women this time.
Fantastic.
The first one was female photographers, and we had Regina over to talk about the Pixel project and to, you know, just to let them know, hey, you as a photographer, you can do something together in this fight.
See.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
when and where?
Okay, you mean the workshops?
Bloom workshop.
The Bloom workshop recently, the latest one was in KLPAC.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a 2 days program workshop where we were teaching other semi-pros and some pros, you know, on how to pick up their business or how to build up their business
and become a photographer.
Yeah,
All right.
become a
Now,
photographer.
before we let you guys off, a very quick question coming your way. Regina, you're an advocate to actually giving very empowered photographs of women instead of the usual ones that you see, very downtrodden women. A quick note, why that?
Because when women survive a violent relationship, or they survive a rape, or they, you know, if they survive any form of gender-based violence, the last thing a lot of them want to be seen as are victims.
Right.
Because they call themselves survivors.
That's right.
And it's also what they call triggering. A lot of them have post-traumatic stress disorder. And to see a pictures are very powerful. To see a picture that reminds them of what they went through sometimes causes a relapse, sometimes causes anxiety. And also, a lot of the general public, they don't like being hit by negativity.
That's true.
They don't like being made, you know, guilt-tripped into donating. And if we use positive pictures and positive campaigns, then we actually get people interested, and then we get them to take the first step to helping with the issue.
That's right. And it's sort of like a reinforcement, isn't it? I mean, can you imagine, Steve, when you're looking at the paper and you see this beautiful woman standing, you know, staring back at you from the paper,
and
the message says she's a survivor of domestic violence. I mean, what does that do to you? You know, instead of a downtrodden woman, you know, all bruised, staring back at you from the paper. So that's that amazing effect there. So you know what, guys? Kudos to all of you, and kudos to the two of you for doing this.
Exactly. Thank you for
all
your
the best.
volunteer work.
Yes.
Right, in raising awareness. Thank
That's
you.
right. Now, for a lot of you out there, thank you for joining us. If you're interested in the Pixel Project, look them up, www.thepixelproject.net. A lovely campaign indeed. You can find out more about what's coming up in October, as Regina mentioned.
That's right. And do all of us a favor. Spread the word around.
Yes, that's right. Men, women, it doesn't matter who you are. The more awareness is created, the better for everyone in terms of your life. All right.